Welcome to our live stream of high school sports. Please note that this broadcast is produced by an independent team of sports enthusiasts, and the views, opinions, and commentary expressed are solely those of the commentators and not representative of the schools, teams, or athletes featured. While we strive for accuracy, occasional errors or misstatements may occur. This stream is intended for entertainment and educational purposes only. Thank you for joining us and enjoy the show.
Yeah, come on, let's go. Hey, you ain't never seen nothing like this. Ain't no telling how it might get. It's the hypest right here. High school sports at its finest. So many highlights, you have to rewind it. Hey, Stream City, let me just remind you. The heart of a lion, the team full of fighters. So many stars on the field, it'll blind you. They're giving everything they got till the time's up. Yeah, legends in the making. History is made. We just getting started. You ain't seen a thing. YSN, gotta know the name. They gon' bring the flames. They gon' do their thing. Take it to another level, don't hold back. High school, got a passion and we show that. Got the drive and you know they got the heart. Number one spot for your high school sports. Let's go for the win. Hey.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to YSN Live for this Wednesday, the 18th of June, 2025. We are merely hours away from the softball all-star game presented by YSN. Anthony, Ronald Hartwig, I know you're excited, very excited. You've already got the shirt on, ready to go. My shirt represents the gentleman that we will be having on our show today, representing the state of Ohio, the Buckeye State, the greatest state in the entire country. And yes, I seem to agree the entire world. I would say Ohio versus the world in many capacities. We have John Armini, the head coach of Team Ohio. We have Dom Riccardi, one of the tri-captains from Western Reserve and Team Ohio. We have Tristan Toy, Team Ohio, South Range, and Deshaun Kirby, East Liverpool, and Team Ohio. So we've got a jam-packed show, not to mention Scotty Mincher will join us in the 1 o'clock hour, and we will talk a bunch of nonsense. And for those of you looking to see a sequel of yesterday, well, different vibes today. Different vibes today. We're all Ohio, but things get rowdy. Got a little friend. Got a little friend with me today. So we're not messing around today. No threats, just promises.
Just promises.
Promises made, promises kept. That's how we're rolling today. So that being said, Anthony, let's start out with you real quick. Hey, after yesterday, how'd you sleep? How you feeling? Ready for tonight?
I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling really good today. I woke up, looked at the Storm Tracker 21. It looks really good right now. It looks like, we're going to dodge the raindrops. Thankfully, we did for Sunday, and it looks like, unless Andrew DePaulo pulls the rug out from under us, we're going to be good weather today. We're going to have 80 athletes come to Youngstown State today. That's exciting.
80 athletes on the field. I'm sure there's going to be more in attendance. Just guessing. It's going to be like a celebrity red carpet over at Youngstown State University. We're excited for it, certainly, and the fun doesn't stop there, because tomorrow night, live from SEBO Stadium in Salem, Ohio, we will host the Penn Ohio game again on YSN, your exclusive streaming home for this game. And one of the big reasons for that is the gentleman we're bringing on right now, one of my dear friends, about 99% of the time, but when we're on the flag football gridiron, buddy, adversary. I mean, one of the biggest adversaries I have ever faced in my life, and he is a dog, not just on Friday nights, Saturdays and Sundays too. Ladies and gentlemen, the Western Reserve head coach and also head coach of Team Ohio, John Armini. What's up, Coach?
Hey, thanks for having me.
Dude, it is an honor. First off, we'll start with the good stuff. Team Ohio just clicks you into the Team Ohio head coaching. So you brought your coaches, correct? What has this whole process been like for you? Obviously an honor, but to be able to do this and to be able to put on that red and gray, or scarlet and gray, if you a little different shade. But what has this whole process been like for you, and what kind of an honor has it been?
Well, I've been wearing scarlet and gray for, a lot of years of my playing and coaching career. So it's a natural fit for me. It's an extremely big honor to represent the association. I spent a lot of years in Trumbull County, so I was away from the Quad County Coaches Association. It's one of the best associations out there. This All-Star game is legit. It's one of the nicest ones. So it's always been a goal for me to get back and be able to coach it. And it's a huge honor to be their coach of the year, to have that opportunity and represent the players. These are really good kids from really good programs and good families. So it's been an exciting 2 weeks, hopefully culminating with a win tomorrow night over Team Pennsylvania. And also have my staff with me. I have one of the best staffs around. Those guys are hardworking. So from the very moment that I got the opportunity, I wanted all those guys with me. So it's been a labor of love the last couple of weeks.
And obviously, I mean, if people don't know, this is not a game where everyone just shows up and you play a pickup game of football. There have been practices. You've had the guys together to get on the same page with each other. What's it been like to kind of see all these different kids from different schools and probably a little bit of different walks of life come together and to be able to kind of be the helm of the ship, kind of trying to get them in the same direction?
Well, I mean, first, we can't thank, Ron Johnson and Salem enough. SIBO Field is hosting the game, a wonderful facility, and they've rolled the red carpet out for us. So it's been nice to use their facility, because the kids like it. It's one of the best ones around. Everything about all-star games are nuts. I hate the schedule. I hate that there's very little scouting and prep work that go into your opponent. Because that's a real big part of coaching football, but the kids have been great. So it's been a fun process getting out on the same page, and practices have been fun. They've been light. We've kept them, pretty loose, because these guys are all-stars for a reason. So you don't have to weed anybody out like you normally would, in your regular programs. But one big thing, though, I heard you guys talking about the weather. I don't trust weathermen. I love all those guys. I follow all of them on social media. I get a chance to talk with all of them, and they're quality guys. But it's the only profession I know where you can be wrong 90% of the time and still keep your job. So I would never trust the weather. I got an 8U baseball game later. We got practice later. I got reserves football practice somewhere smushed in the middle of all that. So I check the weather like 10 times an hour. So.
For you, I mean, you talked about not being able to really scout, not being able to really have the greatest of schedules. This is a very condensed schedule and a very condensed time frame that you're able to really not really mentor per se, because you're just really, like Anthony said, you're just kind of the helm guy. You're the guy that's making sure that everybody stays on task. For you, that's got to be just an absolute brain buster, because you are a student of the game. You're cerebral when it comes to everything. How do you manage this? I mean, this is something that, quarterbacks obviously play calls, things of that nature. Yeah. How do you manage this in such a time frame?
It isn't what I normally like to do. You're right about that. This is an all-star games are kind of the opposite of how I like to go about business. You have to trust the kids. We did our due diligence going through the nominations and picking guys, and you're going to get a chance to interview 3 of our 4 captains, and they are the exact reason why this all-star game can go on and we'll have a quality product. Don McCarty, Deshaun Kirby, and Tristan Toy. The other captain is Gavin Wright from East Liverpool. Those guys are all very bright kids. They're great football players. So you're able to pull this off in a short period of time because of their high IQ. So it's not normally how I like doing it, but regardless, it's been a pretty fun process.
So the thing I like to ask coaches that are doing all-star games, there are probably players on that roster that you've either had to coach against or you've watched from afar and have been this kind of, admiring from afar. Who are some players on this team that, you're just thanking the God above that you get to actually coach them this time and not have to scout against them in this game?
Yeah, we have several Springfield players on our roster. And it was funny because the first practice, they were kind of jawing at each other and trash talking each other, playfully, but you could see that there were some emotions there. And then a couple of days later when we were eating, they were all sitting at the same table breaking bread. So I took a picture of it and I sent it to Sean Guerrero, and I'm like, look, the world is complete now. We've been able to, end the Cold War. So the Springfield guys, obviously, and man, are they high quality. The guys that we have, Carson Cunningham, Kasim Kosick, Thomas Shealy, I mean, unbelievable players. And I've also been impressed with the South Range guys. I don't get a chance to play against them or see them very often, but, Tristan Toy, Gavin Nagy, Patrick Lally all represent Ohio on this roster. And I mean, just how they go about their business. You can tell they come from a program that crosses their T's and dots their I's. So they are representing their communities and their programs very, very well.
I guess the next question is, people look at these games sometimes as they're just, basically games of tag, and they're just going out there and you're playing pillow fights and all this stuff. Listen, I've been a part of this game for a few years now, and what I know is the pomp and circumstance starts, and then once that first whistle hits, these boys are getting after each other. There's a lot of pride on the line. Do you feel the same way?
Absolutely. Our practices have been very physical. This is not a team. We did not pick the prettiest team. We picked guys that were aggressive. Deshaun Kirby, I don't know how much contact he's had the last few days. I mean, he's one of the most physical players I've ever got to witness, firsthand. So these practices, when we do like interior run, when we do goal line periods, they're pretty physical. And that's what we wanted. That's how we picked the team, because I think you're right. We don't want a pretty all-star team. We want a very physical all-star team. So it's been pretty good. We've kept the sessions pretty short because we don't want to get anybody hurt, obviously, but they've been very physical.
How much is your, in-game coaching going to reflect how you coach your kids at Western Reserve? Do you think you're going to have kind of the same mentality and philosophy, or do you think there's going to be some changes to what we're normally seeing from a team that's coached by you when we're talking about play calling and things like that?
I mean, hopefully there are a lot of parallels. I think we do it right at Western Reserve. So, hopefully that shows in the All-Star game as well. All-Star games are a little bit different, though, because there's only so many things the defense can do. So the in-game adjustments probably are a little bit less than you would normally see, because there's a lot of rules that we have to play by in the game. But we want to be aggressive. We want to run the football. We have two very athletic quarterbacks, Tristan Toy, Zach House. We have Jack Darney, our tailback at reserve, is our tailback in the game. We have a very good offensive line. We have a host of very physical tight ends. We have some good receivers too. Blake Atkins from East Liverpool, Cole Pittman from Edison have all really impressed us this week. So we want to kind of spread it out a little bit too and let those guys showcase their talents.
We saw it a couple years ago with Sean Guerrero as the head coach. Game comes down to it. He knows who he wants the ball in the hands of. For you, have you started to think about, okay, if it comes down to it and it's nail biting time, who you want to give the ball to? Are you going to trust your guys? I mean, there's a guy backstage, Dom Riccardi, just saying, who would love to have the football in his hands one way or another. You mentioned Jack. I mean, but you've also talked about the other players that you've seen, South Range and Springfield. Have you thought about this and have you really come to a decision? You don't have to show anything. Don't show your cards, because I know those Pennsylvania peeps are watching over there. We see you. We recognize that. But, have you thought about that?
Yeah, and I think you're going to interview one a little bit later, and Tristan Toy from South Range. His ability and just the IQ of the game and reading and knowing when to call his shots has really impressed us the last couple of weeks. And he's one of those guys that wants the rock in his hand. So between him and Jack, we feel very confident in those guys, really leading us and seizing the opportunities that we get. And I think that, if we're able to have a lot of success, I think those two guys will be the ones you'll see in the stat column.
We're talking about the players you get to coach, but I'm sure you also get to kind of build relationships with coaching staffs and communities of these players that are coming to you. What's it like to kind of see firsthand the camaraderie and the brotherhood that comes with football in Ohio as you're coaching this team?
It's great. And there's a lot of local rivalries in this game. So you'll get guys in Columbiana County that have played each other, league rivals. You got Columbiana and United kids, on the EP kids. So you get all those local rivalries in their leagues. And our league is similar to that, Western Reserve, Springfield kids, So I think there's a lot of pride there too. But being able to see those guys unite under the same Ohio flag has been something special. We have, I was kind of worried about it at first, especially when I heard the reserve and Springfield kids jawing a little bit, but they've been able to develop some relationships, and I think social media really unites the world a little bit differently. I mean, I think there's some good and bad that comes with that stuff, but these guys aren't strangers. 25 years ago, 30 years ago, when we were doing these games, you might have never met that kid. You weren't able to keep a correspondence with that kid. But I think the world's a little bit different now. So, it's practices have been, you can tell the kids are having some fun. They're joking with each other. They're getting along in drills and stuff like that. So it's been a really pretty cool experience.
Coach, we can't thank you enough for stopping by. We know you hate these things, and especially hate it whenever it's me on the other side. But heard you were doing some 8U, getting ready. Just so happens that Z-Man won an 8U championship on Father's Day. So whenever you're ready, you let me know. Yeah. We'll line it up on the between the lines of the diamond.
If you think I'm rough on the football field, you should see me on the baseball diamond.
Oh, come on. Let's go. Let's line it up. Johnny, yeah, I can't appreciate you enough, man. Cannot wait to see you out there tomorrow night. Thanks for giving us some time today and lining up the other interviews for us as well. Good luck, buddy. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you for all that you guys do. It's very special.
You got it, buddy. Ladies and gentlemen, head coach of Team Ohio and the Western Reserve Blue Devils, John Armini. Thank you. Appreciate you, Johnny. I was trying to balance the baseball bat and clap at the same time. Wasn't working out great for me.
Multitasking.
All right, here we. Oh, wow, we already got bets going. 100 on Armini.
Whoa!
Wow, Hemi. Wow.
What a Canadian
You're not just
move.
betting against me now. You're betting against the Z-Man, and nobody, and I mean nobody, bets against the Z-Man because he's on fire. When he's batting 850, come on. A guy that I imagine would bat 850 if he played the game of baseball, probably did in the 8U setting. A gentleman who is no stranger to YSN, who is a fan favorite, in fact, on YSN, one of the 4 captains of Team Ohio, and a Western Reserve legend in itself. Ladies and gentlemen, Dom Riccardi. Hi, Dom. How are you, pal?
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
Where are you coming to us from? Are you in a car?
I am currently in the truck. I got a little sneak away from work today, so that was exciting.
Attaboy. Hey, congratulations on all your success. Obviously, what you were able to do at Reserve stands by itself. But now being able to get back on the gridiron and represent the Buckeye State, the state that you're from, that you love, what is that like for you when they told you that you're going to be one of the 4 captains?
It's a privilege, honestly. I mean, yeah, like you said, I grew up here, but even like as just a little kid, I've always watched this game, like the Penn Ohio game, seeing like kids come through Western Reserve and getting to play in that game. And I just felt like it was an honor, not only for me to represent my state, but my school to represent Ohio as well. So, I mean, it's a dream. It's definitely a dream come true.
When you think about, the opportunity to represent the state, and the honor that comes with that, have you kind of been, I mean, I know you've been practicing and getting ready, but have you been able to reflect at all on what this kind of means and what this game means to not just you, but your teammates and what it means to have pride in the state against the team across the border?
Oh, yeah, no, for sure. I mean, it's like any other rivalry you have, whether we're playing Springfield, Jackson, Milton, Lowville. I mean, it's the same intensity, it feels like. I mean, you just hate the team that you're across from, so.
Coach was talking about you hating the team that you're across from for the last 4 years, and then now you're breaking bread. What has this experience been like for you in making some of these enemies now friends?
So they are so-called enemies between the lines, but outside of the lines, man, I love like half these kids. Like I grew up my whole entire life just battling and playing against them. I've made so many relationships in the past couple of years just playing these games. And yeah, of course, when you're on the field, you're between the sidelines, jawing, things you wouldn't say outside happen. But that's just sports. And that's the beauty of sports. I feel like you could go out there, you could hate whoever you want, but outside you guys are best buddies.
Who's the one guy that you've grown closest to that wears another jersey or that has worn another jersey for the last 4 years?
just some kids like Thomas Shealy is a big one, Carson Cunningham, Kaysen, really those kids from Springfield. Because I mean, whenever we played sports together, it was always us and Springfield up there, and I just feel like we've always been battling, and then we always see each other outside and we say what's up and connect, and definitely during practice, man. Let me tell you what, it's fun having those guys on your team, not playing against them. So
You better watch out for them Springfield boys. They're more like the Cobra Kai, I heard. They will sweep the leg when you're not looking, okay? So just be careful around them Tigers.
yeah.
This is not like your normal time to play a football game. You're practicing in June. You're probably not used to necessarily that. What's it been like to kind of get into football mode when in a time when you're not usually used to getting into football mode?
I will say it's weird in the aspect that we're just kind of rushing into everything. Installs are here, but personnel is very quickly to pick up. I mean, these are some of the smartest guys in the game. I mean, I was out on defense one time and I heard all 11 guys talking, which rarely happens. But it's an experience. I won't say it's much different than actually getting and going, because I feel like I'm always from one sport to another. So in that aspect, doesn't feel much different. But yeah, just how quickly everyone's adapting and overcoming it. It kind of makes it more fun and enjoyable.
For you, obviously, you're one of the top communicators out there. You mentioned everybody's talking. Is there a way to kind of hush the crowd a little bit, or hush the guys that are used to talking to listen? I'm imagining that you're the guy that's communicating the most. Am I off on that?
No, you're not off on that, but I mean, there's a lot of close seconds. I will say for sure. I mean, I'm used to like recognizing play calls, recognizing what they're doing, and before I even get it out of my mouth, like the guys beside me and behind me are calling it out. I'm like, oh, this is nice. So no, the skill and intelligence on this team is just out of this world. It makes me feel more of a higher honor playing with it, knowing what's around me. So no, yeah, I'm just honored.
We obviously just talked to your head football coach, Western Reserve, Don Armini. What's it been like to kind of share this opportunity with him and have a coach in this game that you kind of understand like the back of your hand on his philosophy and his culture and the way he kind of goes about things?
Can you repeat like half of that? You kind of cut out there.
Yeah, you're good. So since John Armini is going to coach this game, I'm sure that's been a benefit to you. Talk about what that's been like to kind of understand exactly what he's all about, not having to build a new relationship with a new coach for the All-Star game.
It's been a blessing, really, having my whole coaching staff behind me for this game. I mean, not only I think they're one of the smartest staffs out there, they're one of the funnest to be around. So that's always fun. And Armini, I mean, he's been a father figure to me on the football field. So I just enjoy having his presence around. And I mean, like I said, I don't have like any more fun out here than I do like any other night. So, I mean, it's really a privilege.
Don, there's a lot of people that think that this game is just one big pillow fight. For those people that are expecting a pillow fight tomorrow night against the Keystone State, Pennsylvania, what would you give them from the words of wisdom and advice?
First I'd ask him if they ever seen Deshaun Kirby before.
Fair enough.
I watched the kid clothesline someone during practice the other day, and I don't know how you could call this a pillow fight. But I mean, we have some of the most physical people in all of Ohio. I mean, this is a great area, great region to play football. It is pure smash mouth. Yeah, we got really good skill here and there, but I mean, all these teams, you know what they love to do. They love to run and pound the football. So, I mean, you're going to get a couple of guys where this is their last game ever. Like for me, this is my last tackle football game ever. I mean, if you'd be sorry if you thought I was going to just leave stuff out on the field. I mean, I'm going to give it my all. So this is no pillow fight. I will tell you that one for sure.
No turkey bowls? No, this is it?
I'll have some turkey bowls, but
okay. All right.
Like strapping up I won't be strapping up the pads or anything like that. Unless the offer comes.
Never say never, baby.
Never. You show out in this game, someone sees you, you never know. They might be watching the YSN broadcast and be like, man, this kid. Not a pillow fight unless the pillows are filled with rocks, right? And then let's go.
Man.
Dom, one of the things that I like to ask players that are playing in All-Star games, you get the chance to kind of represent your own community with all these guys that are coming from
Mhm.
different communities. What has it been like for you to kind of show everyone else what Western Reserve, not just football, is about, but what the community that you support is about?
It's just the pride and honor. Like, you go out there and you still work your butt off, no matter if it's an all-star game or not. I mean, you show up, you're there respectively, you're talking, you're gelling with the guys, and the guys, I mean, they lean towards it. I mean, they recognize what school you're from. They see the name on your shirt, they see the colors on your helmet, and it goes a long way. And not only are the players there, there's coaches and people. I mean, people from Salem walk over, they're playing soccer, and they're just recognizing everything. So I mean, you got to be on your best regard while you're there. And no other way. Me, Jack, and Isaac are just there. We're having a great time, having a blast, connecting, and it's really great for the community to see that.
Speaking of the community, Chris Pater chiming in saying, "Just a kid from BC."
My boy.
To represent BC, obviously an honor, as we've talked about, but there's a stigma here in Ohio about our football, and Pennsylvania seemingly has the same smash mouth, hard nosed football as you described. For you, what are you most excited for in this game? Is it just a clash? Is it just to compete? What is it for you that gets you bouncing out of bed in the morning, ready for tomorrow night's game?
Oh, I mean, even though it's not on a Friday, there is no more than an adrenaline rush than walking out of that tunnel for a Friday night game. I mean, sadly, I won't have all my brothers that I fought alongside each and every game, like Chris Pater, but I mean, it's just, like I said, adrenaline rush, just to get out there, put the pads on, trade some paint. It just gets you going a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about it. The atmosphere of a football game can be topped by nothing, especially the pregame lights come on, and you kind of understand what it's like. Are you going to be like taking time to soak that in a little bit, since it's the last time you're going to do it? Are you kind of planning on really soaking in the atmosphere before the game?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, you never wanted your last game to end in high school, so you never expected it to be your last game unless it was like the last minute and you just knew it was it. So for sure, I will definitely soak in every single moment, and I will definitely feel every single bruise and bump afterwards. But no, I'm so excited for this game.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you for the last time as a Western Reserve Blue Devil and live from his truck where he's playing hooky from work. Ladies and gentlemen, one of our favorites, Dom Riccardi. Dom, thank you so much. We appreciate you, brother. Good luck tomorrow night. Can't wait to see you.
Thank you, guys.
You're the best. Thanks, Dom. There he goes, dude. Stud. You could tell when that last question you're asking him about what he's getting geared up for, what he's fired up for. Trading paint. I like that one. I like trade. Hey, like hockey, right? They just won the Panthers just won the Stanley Cup. We're tapping the stick. We're tapping the stick on the ice. There we go, boys. That a boy, Dom. That a boy, Dom Riccardi. Proud of you, kiddo. Not so happy about him skipping work, but hey, he doesn't work for us. So.
It's PTO, you know.
PTO. I wouldn't want to argue with him. He says, "I'm taking a 5. Hey, boss, I'm taking a 5." Okay, Dom. Oh, whatever you say, pal. Go get him. Don't trade paint with me. We're good. We're all good. Next up in our unbelievably John Pock show of Penn Ohio games, ladies and gentlemen, a young man, not so young anymore. He's growing right before our very eyes, trading the burgundy and gold for scarlet and gray, and already with, I believe, 4 wardrobe changes in the backstage. Ladies and gentlemen, one of our favorites, Tristan Toy. What's up, TT?
Not so much. How are you guys?
Dude, if I was any better, I'd be you. If I had coaches talk about me the way that they talk about you, I don't know if you caught the John Armini interview.
No,
He's already ready to give you the ball, dude. Game on the line. Oh, you're skipping work too?
No, I just got done. I was working with my dad. So.
Okay, you're good then. You're fine. You're all right. Your dad will let you off for an interview. Hey, he's talking about you being one of the guys with the game on the line, ball in your hand. Have you ever been through that scenario before? Game on the line, ball in your hand? Or is this a new charter?
There might be one time, I think, that happened. I think there might have been one time that I put in that scenario. But Yeah, I feel like I'd be pretty comfortable with that. So
Has this been a whirlwind experience for you being part of Team Ohio, or was this always kind of on your radar as something that you wanted to do?
I mean, I kind of knew that um, I had the abilities to be a part of the team, and I knew that even though I mean, I knew I had to work hard to earn it, but I knew that it was going to be a fun experience, and it is. It really is fun. We have a lot of fun at practices. Like we're having fun, but we're also taking care of business when we're there, and we're competing. It's a good atmosphere when we're there. And it's just a really fun thing to be a part of.
You're one of the 4 captains of this Team Ohio team. What's that like? What kind of honor is that to say that not only are you representing Ohio, but you're representing as one of the 4 captains of the team?
It is an honor. I mean, I was a captain this year for the football team, and it's just truly it means a lot because those 4 people. I mean, out of the whole team, you get 4 people to be that, and you have to express like during practice, like you have to make yourself known and like understand everything for the coaches to know that that's what you want to do. Like they chose us because they knew that we were capable of being captain for the team. So it's honestly an honor.
They were talking. Dom was just talking about the communication. There's almost a sense of over communication because so many of those guys on defense are used to being the communicator. For you on offense, ball in your hand, one of the 2 quarterbacks on this team. Are you seeing it too? And how can you exploit that if that's what Pennsylvania has, which I'm sure there's a lot of similarities between our offense and their defense?
For sure. Our defense, they communicate really well. And I mean, they have Gav on the defense. The defensive backs, they communicate like no other. It's all 4 of them. They all get the call. They all say it. They all know what they're doing. And even the linebackers, they're all on a rope, moving one way or the other. So I've gotten a feel for it over the past few weeks. So I feel like I'll be ready for the game tomorrow night just to read defense and play how I play normally.
You know, one of the other things that Coach Armani said about you and your South Range teammates is how quickly he understood just what standard you have coming from your program. Talk about what it's like to bring kind of the South Range culture and work ethic into these practices and these games.
Oh yeah, I think it goes very noticed. Like everybody understands that like when we get there, we want to know like what everybody else is doing. Like Gavin, he's playing corner. He didn't play corner. He played safety for the past 3 years. So he understands that what it needs to be done can be done. And he's not going to say, oh, I don't want to play corner because I haven't played that. He's going to step up and do what he has to do for the team, which a lot of people from South Range are able to do that. So I feel like people notice that a lot.
A lot of the times in these games, it's the quarterbacks that are more athletic that are able to be the standout players because there is a communication breakdown and you have such a limited time to learn plays and there is no scouting. I mean, this is what they are and it's our best against their best. For you, do you feel like you're at an advantage being that your style is so ad lib, so to speak? I mean, people will look at the tape and say, okay, Tristan Toy was incredible in the pocket, but what you were able to do outside the pocket and create plays with your legs and your arm for that matter, do you feel you're at a distinct advantage here going into tomorrow's contest?
I mean, yeah, because it's always an advantage when you can make plays in the pocket and outside. And there's been a couple moments during practice where I've had to roll out and make an extra play here or there just so that we didn't have a loss of down or something like that. So it definitely is an advantage for me. And even Zach, he's a great quarterback too. He's very mobile. He knows he's a great decision maker. He makes all good decisions. So I think the both of us have an advantage in the game.
Can we just talk about the Toy legacy and the family name and you continue to build on it with this being a captain in this game? What's it like to be a part of this family that is so ingrained in South Range lore? You can't look at the Hall of Fame without seeing a couple of Toys up there. There are faculty members that have been in the school as well. What's it like to just kind of continue this legacy that is your family in South Range?
I mean, what it's like, you always have people there. Like, they're always there at everything because they understand that before even I was born, that there was people there for them. And it's been ever since South Range even opened, there's been a Toy there. So it's always just great knowing that there's always family members watching and cheering you on and giving you the support you need to succeed. So it's honestly great. And I'm just very proud to be a Toy.
This is a real interesting scenario for you because you're not done after this. I mean, this is just like kind of a appetizer for you as you get ready for college. Talk to me about the excitement level of putting the pads on and then keeping them on heading into your freshman year of college.
Oh yeah, it's fun. I mean, it's kind of like preparing just to remember, because I remember last year when we were starting to put our pads and helmets on, I was like, wow, it's been a long time. I mean, I feel like I don't even know if I know how to tackle right now. So I feel like, thank goodness I'm not going to have to do that. So, but I'm going to have to, but it's a good experience, and I need to, it's like preparing and conditioning just to get ready. But it is good.
And where are
You're
you
not-
headed, by the way?
Oh, sorry.
I'm going
It was a late
Baldwin
decision. Yeah, Baldwin Wallace. We wanted.
Yeah.
I was trying to throw that in there. I was hoping you would take the bait, but I'll push
Yeah.
it out. Baldwin Wallace. What was it about B-Dub? I mean, we've seen Raiders go there. Obviously, JD's having a career there. What was it? What is it about B-Dub that really appealed to you? And what are you playing offense? You're going to be a quarterback? They're going to move you around? What are they going to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna play receiver there. So, but really, what it came down to was like, I feel like they made it seem like they wanted me to go there. Like they made it urgent and was like, we like want you to come here, and that's like kind of what it felt like to me. And all the coaches, I love all the coaches. They're all great. They're all really nice. So, and obviously, I already have like people that I know there, and teammate Boston Monix, he's the running back. He's going to be my
Yeah.
roommate there. So
Oh, wow.
that's going to be fun. Got to know him over the past, the North-South game he played in, and now this game. So gotten to know him pretty good over the past couple months. So it'll be a fun experience.
A couple record breakers.
You might not be done with football in general. You might be going on to play in college, but this is your last high school experience. This is your last time to play this kind of football with this kind of atmosphere. There's something special about high school. We all know that. What are you going to miss the most about this kind of just like local high school football where, you know everyone that you're playing with? You probably know a couple of people maybe that you're playing against. What are you going to miss the most about that kind of football?
I feel like the thing I'm going to miss most is probably like knowing everybody on the team, especially going to South Range. There's 60 guys on the team. You know all of them, and you have relationships with all of them. So I feel like that's what I'm going to miss the most, because we all talk to each other. We all get to know each other very well over the course of 4 years. And so it's a great experience to have when you're in high school, just to know everybody, especially like a small town like South Range. You know everybody. Even if they don't play football, you know everybody. So that's probably what I'm going to miss most.
I think one of my favorite things about the community at South Range is it doesn't matter if you're still there or just graduated or graduated 30 years ago. There is a love and a professionalism, and there is a little bit of annoyance when someone says, hey, Raiders not probably going to be so good in the fall this year.
Mhm.
You, my friend, are every person I talk to. They sit there and they go, well, DJ's not going to have a team to follow really this year because South Range lost too much. You're at the head of that table. You're at the head of that list. For you, and you hear that, because I know you do, what do you say to those people in just excitement and expectance, I guess, for the team that is going to be in 2025?
Well, what I usually try to keep my mouth shut. I don't want to talk for the team. I don't want to like say what they're capable of doing or what they're not capable of doing. But I know they'll be fine. South Range is always good, and we always will be, which is a great thing to be. But it's part of the coaching staff too. Like, we have great coaches at South Range, and when you have certain personnel, they learn how to use them in certain ways. So I feel like that's the biggest part, because this year's senior class, I think there might be 8 or 9 seniors. So it's going to be a really young team, but they're all going to have to play and learn and start to grow up and play high school level football. So, but I know they'll be good, and I know that they're going to take it seriously and work hard to be good. So
As we're talking about the future of South Range football, I'm sure you left your handprints on some of these kids and some of these, leaders of the future that we're going to see in South Range for the next couple of years. What are some things that you think we're going to see and say, like, okay, that was from Tristan Toy. He taught that kid how to do that? What are some things that you tried your best this year to kind of leave at South Range?
Honestly, I feel like the quarterback, he's my like second cousin, but we call him my cousin, Nick. He learned. I mean, he was always great. He was a great quarterback. He really was. He was probably my backup, even though he was a freshman. He was really good. He could throw the ball far. He could run really well. The running might be everything, but the throwing, he's got me beat with that. So that's fine. But I feel like the defensive part of the game is where you guys might think that's where they got it from me, because I was always told that I knew most of the defense, probably a lot of it. Like, I knew what other people were doing. I knew what I was supposed to be doing. And that's just where that comes in aspect. You got to know what your other teammates are doing and what you're supposed to be doing. So I feel like that might be where people might think, oh, he taught him that, or that's what he would have done, or something like that.
Dude, we're excited for tomorrow, obviously, to see you ball out one more time on YSN, right in front of our very eyes, at SIBO Stadium, on turf, where I don't know if anybody knows this. I don't know if this is on your scouting report, but Tristan Toy's pretty fast. Like, pretty fast. I mean, quicker than a hiccup fast. So, dude, so proud, so honored to be able to watch you over the last 4 years, to watch you one more time and be an example for kids like mine. Thank you so much, TT, for all you've done over the last 4 years and what you're going to do in the next 4, man. We're proud of you.
Yep. Thank you. Thank you guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tristan Toy, one of the 4 captains of Team Ohio. So we've got 1 down, 2 down. We got the head coach taken care of. There's one guy that they've been talking about. I think he's come up in every conversation. One of the 4 captains as well. The 3rd captain we'll have on today. Ladies and gentlemen, from the great city of East Liverpool, one of the freak shows that Ohio is going to pull out tomorrow night at SIBO Stadium. Our secret weapon, ladies and gentlemen, Deshaun Kirby. DK, what's up, baby? You doing all right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Feeling good.
All right, true or false, right out the gate, did you clothesline somebody the other day?
Yes, I did.
Yes, I did.
Yes, I did.
What did he do to you? What did he say to you that you had to go big show on him and just kapah?
I don't even know. It's just when I'm on the field and I just get going, it just goes. Like, that's what I be saying, like, my bad, but I just go. I just go.
In my head, it's the Little Giants where the kid's just flattened out. And he's got like
They
cheat
knocked him
or
all the way back to 3rd grade.
Yeah, that's it.
Man.
All right, DK, you got to talk to me. I mean, you are the most physical of the physical. You're a big frame. You're a big body. You're a loud dude. Like, you let everybody know when you make plays. How pumped, how jacked, how psyched are you about taking on the Keystone State tomorrow and representing Ohio?
I'm so excited. Like, it's great that we get all these kids to come together and we get to do something for our, city or whatever, and state, and get to go out there and just have all this energy that we've been practicing together with. And I'm just ready to go out there and I just want to hit something.
I love it. We've asked every player what the physicality of this game is going to be like, because people that don't know are thinking this game is going to be like a soft all-star game. Not so fast. I think you're the one that question is most calibrated towards. How excited are you to just bring that physical play of yours to the Keystone State?
Oh, I'm really excited. Like, people seeing what I've done, like, with my team or whatever, and they're thinking, oh, I'm going to come out here and it's going to be light, it's going to be soft. Like, no, I'm going to do the same thing I did during season now, and I'm going to have even more energy.
Even better, you're a great marketer. You got your tag down below your name. I love that, dude. So people want to follow you, right? They can get on the train.
Mm-hmm.
We said this. There's a lot of people that think this is going to be a pillow fight tomorrow, and the level of physicality is just not going to be there. And Dom Riccardi, your teammate, said, "Have you ever met Deshaun Kirby? There is no pillow fighting with this cat." So for you, you're going to be expected, I would imagine, to set the tone for everybody else. Is that something you're welcoming on your plate, and you're going to take seconds?
Oh yeah, even during the season, like, I've always accepted that and wanted that on my plate because I'm going to bring it. And you're gonna know that I'm gonna bring it, and you're gonna feel I'm gonna bring it. So it's cool that they seen how I play and how I am on the field, and they give that to me, and like, all right, well, we know that he's gonna do what he's got to do and bring us all and make this a physical game.
This is a roster full of absolute just powerhouse guys, talented both sides of the field. What's it like going up in practice and looking around and just everywhere you look, you see a guy that can absolutely lay the lumber on defense?
Oh, it's great knowing that my other D end, my linebacker, my safeties, they're all gonna hit something if that ball comes across, and I know that whatever happens, like they're ready to go and they're on go. So that's a good thing to know, and makes me know that it's not just me. It's the next guy and the next guy and the next guy, and everybody's just going to be going.
Deshaun, we talked about communication with Coach Armini, and he said with the schedule and being as jam-packed as it is, and also having so many communicators can be a little bit of a tough transition. For you, does that even matter, or you just pin your ears back and go?
Say that one more time.
Are you just pin your ears back and go, or is it a scenario where the communication, I mean, there's a lot of communicators on your team and a lot of lingo going around. Can you just do your game and just run over people, or do you have to be part of the equation on defense as well?
Oh, I do my game and run over people, but the communication thing, like it's I think I started communicating from the jump. So
who is that? Who is that back there?
My boy Casey Ramsey. Go ahead.
What's
Dan.
up, K-Ram?
K-Ram.
Little cameo, little Casey cameo. I like it.
Yeah. Good. But I communicated from the jump, and I was loud, and I got like you said, a loud voice. So it's like everybody knew from the jump, like, all right, he's gonna speak up and he's gonna let everybody know and try to get everybody ready. And that's what I like doing, getting people ready and getting ready to go on a hit or something and seeing the result of that.
What kind of pride do you take in being on this team, and not just being on the team, but being one of the captains? I feel like we've talked to all three, and we've kind of asked each three of them this question, but it bears repeating. What is it? What kind of honor is it to be a captain of this team?
Oh, it's a great honor, and I was even thinking that the other day when I got announced as a captain. Like, being on the team is one thing. Like, yeah, the top guys at their positions and from different schools to come together, but to be a captain of that team with the skill and like all that is such an honor. Like, it's amazing.
Deshaun, I know for a fact that down in your neck of the woods, they don't necessarily like wearing red a whole lot. So what's the adjustment like of wearing that scarlet and gray as opposed to that blue and white?
Well, for me, it's during the season, yeah, it's only blue and white. That's what we know. But out of season, when it gets to it, and once different colors come together and we add a different color, like, it doesn't matter what color that we're wearing, you're gonna get the same person that you saw before. And yeah.
You got any blue added to the uni though? Like a sleeve or something just to say, hey, we're still rocking the East Liverpool blue. Don't get it twisted.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have something to let you know, like, where I'm from, and that's what we do. That's what we do.
That's a great question. Here's another one for you. You guys do a lot of those swapping of the decals for your helmets. So I guess the best question is, who were you going up to first to get their decal on your helmet? We know it wasn't South Range. We don't have decals over here. But who are some of those guys that you were swapping decals with early on?
What do you mean swapping decals?
Don't you guys still do the helmets where you put they would put the EL on their helmet and you would put different? I don't know if you guys still do it. They did it last year.
I'm not sure. We haven't done anything like that, but if we did, that'd be pretty cool. Just like, it would show you more teams coming together and mixing it all up throughout. But also, if we had our own, it shows you where we represent from and where we got picked from, and you can look at them players and at them plays and see, oh yeah, this person did their thing on that team, and that's why they're on this team. Is
there anybody specifically that you'd want to go and grab that decal and make sure you represent it on your helmet?
You know, it might sound a little crazy, but BL, because, you know, that's just rivals. That's just rivals, and show them, like, yeah, we might have done it to you, but I'm gonna do it for you. You know what I'm saying?
I love it. I love that, dude. That is awesome. Beaver Local taking notes right now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was the biggest plot twist I think we've ever had on this show.
Yeah.
Cliffhanger. Love it. When you talk about representing East Liverpool and the community, and I know there's going to be a lot of support there for you because you're not the only Potter on the team. What's that like for you to see such support for you guys, like always, and being able to represent that community again in this game?
Yeah, it's great because during the season we had all the support, like stands would be filled, but knowing that we're still playing the game, but there's a different team, like it's a different thing, and we're still getting the same people coming out and showing support. Like it's great to show that people actually care about football and our school and who's out there and that we're representing for them. So it's nice.
Is this it for you, or are you going to play at the next level?
I think this might be it for me, but after this game, like if I'm like, oh yeah, like this is something that what am I thinking? I need to come back into it. Like who knows? I might go to a school and just ball out there. And
So let me ask you this question, because here's the best opportunity for you to do it. If you were pitching yourself to coaches right now, what would you pitch as far as your character, as far as your leadership, and as far as your play on the field?
Well, for the play on the field, the film says it itself. If you look at me and you see how hard I work and don't let a play off, like you go through all the plays, even the plays I don't got on my highlights, like I still work, even if I'm on the whole opposite side of the ball. And I'm a great communicator, and even other kids talking about it on interviews, like they don't just say that just to say that. Like they say it because they see it. And I'm just, even if how I'm talking now in this interview, like y'all can hear I'm ready to go. Like if the game was today, I'd be all suited up, ready to go, because when I'm into something, I'm into it 110%, fully going.
There's a lot of specialty in pre-game atmosphere for Friday Night Lights in high school football. What's your favorite part of it that you're going to be able to experience tomorrow night one more time in this Penn, Ohio game?
I think it's first walking out, just to like that feeling again, like, oh yeah, here it's about to go down. Like I'm ready for this. And during the game also, like I'm in this, and let me show them why I got picked and why I'm out here and why all these guys are out here. Like it's just a good feeling.
DK, we're proud of you, dude. You've been fun to follow over the years. You're an absolute monster in whatever sport you take part in. And I certainly, at 5'4.5", don't want to be a part of anything physical around you, my friend. I hope you latch on somewhere. I hope that there's some scouts out there, some recruiters that say, hey, we have a spot for you on our team, and we would love to have you. Because, man, as someone who went to school at the next level and it was blue and white, you'd look pretty good in blue and white for the rest of your days over there, too, in New Wilmington, Pennsylvania, if you catch my drift. DK, proud of you. Happy for you, man. Can't wait to see you tomorrow. Ball out, dude. Represent
Yes,
OH,
sir.
because
Thank you.
we know you will, pal. Ladies and
Oh,
gentlemen,
yeah,
from
bro.
East Liverpool and Team Ohio, Deshaun Kirby. Thanks,
Thank
DK.
you.
I wouldn't mess with him. No chance.
Nope.
No
Nope.
shot.
Nope. That's it.
When he said, I'm ready to go right now, that means there's no e-brake on that kid. There is a good night. Hey, Pennsylvania, we're not talking smack. We're just talking facts. Okay.
Yeah. It says how you open the show. It's not a threat. It's a promise, and promises will be kept.
Me and Lucille making sure of that. Little pig, let me in. Thank you to the 4 interviews that we've had so far, including John Armini, the head coach of Team Ohio, Dom Riccardi, one of the 4 captains from Western Reserve, Tristan Toy from South Range, and, of course, Deshaun Kirby, who just joined us moments ago. Thanks to the comment section. Whew! In fuego today.
I think Sam Torres, he's excited about football.
Shock. We're all absolutely stunned, like we were just with Stone Cold Steve Austin, that Sam is excited about football. Incredible. There's a lot of people excited about this game. And again, if you cannot get to SIBO Stadium tomorrow, we will have it for you on YSN. I think this is the 5th time we've done this.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. A lot of 5ths. These are the 5th All-Star games as well. So
I think because they always pop up in the Facebook memories. But I think 2019 was the first one, and then obviously we didn't have one COVID year.
correct.
So you do the math, 6 years minus 1 year for COVID.
2019 was a big year. That was the first year of the All-Star games as well. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
First year for some of them. I think basketball was definitely that first year. Then we did baseball, softball. Then we kind of picked up volleyball. We gradually picked up all three sports.
Right. Yeah, volleyball was the last, and it was 2 years ago
Crestview.
was the first one. Yeah, Crestview. No, 3 years ago.
3 years ago,
Crestview,
'cause
Westminster,
we did Crestview,
and then
Westminster, and then Salem. So this will be our
Westminster
fourth.
liked it, dude. Westminster
Yeah,
really enjoyed
that was
having
fun.
That was a good experience, and I would like to have more stuff over there. I really would. We're working on it. We are working, but Salem says, dude, never again. You're never leaving us. All-Star game. So hey, we like that All-Star game at Salem. It's a good venue for it. LeBron James has played there, so if it's good enough for LBJ, good enough for DJ.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's a good footstep to follow in. I think.
That's all right. We are anxiously awaiting the arrival of Scotty Mincher on this particular program. Once again, Scotty Mincher's his limo running a little bit behind. That's all right.
It's 12:57. He's got 3 minutes. He's good. He might still be in his trailer getting
makeup.
You know.
What you want to talk about?
Hey, let's reiterate some housekeeping maybe for the All-Star game. Admission is $5. If you want to come to the All-Star game tonight at YSU to get in.
Tap dance for me. I got to look at my email and see if they.
Did I have a couple of people asking, is YSU not going to charge the park?
I'm reading it right now.
Okay.
It'll be no, they're charging.
Okay, so
field is in decent shape right now. Just worried about the rain actually happening that is forecasted. According to Storm Tracker 21, which you can download for free in your favorite app store, Android or iOS, it doesn't look like we're going to get a whole lot, like 5 to 5:15 light shower. So I will argue that. I will defend our dear friends over at Channel 21 and Storm Tracker 21. Does not look awful at all. Partly cloudy. And that looks like the only thing. Now, again, much like Coach Armini, we could get dumped on. I am not a meteorologist. I don't play one on TV or on my streams. It's just the risk we're taking. And we get it. We understand it. If you're going to send us messages or texts or whatever and say, hey, it's just, we're not sure it's in our best interest to drive from Cleveland or Akron or whatever to Youngstown. Listen, we get it. We understand it. And we're completely understanding that. But worst case scenario is we're going to be there. We're committed to being there. We will be there. They said that parking will most likely charge. They are their own entity on campus, and Youngstown State doesn't necessarily get to decide what events they do and don't cover. The charge will be $5 per car if they're charging. Right. So be aware of that. We have nothing to do with that. Concessions will not be open as they cleared out their items for the offseason. So
bring your own refreshments.
Bring the coolers, baby. Bring in the coolers.
For players, there's a turf outfield, dirt infield. So turf shoes for sure. We don't want to mess up YSU's turf with metal cleats. So some questions have been asked about that. So if you're out there watching, wondering what cleats to bring, play as if you were playing on turf. So that's another thing that we have to be aware of. We don't want to obviously ruin the turf outfield at YSU. We might not be invited back.
I feel like that's every year. I feel like we're not going to get invited back. Like we're the kids that just break stuff. No, that's our nice toy. Don't break our nice toys. Sorry.
Sorry. My bad.
Yeah. And some of the questions, when will we know if it's canceled? Well, it doesn't look like there's any rain forecasted until light rain at 5 o'clock, which is
Right.
the time of check-in.
Yep.
So I'm going to go out on a limb and say we're probably not going to cancel. We might hold out. You know what I mean? Again, the field's in decent shape is what they said. So I don't know what that means, but I got to imagine they're going to tend to it and align it and all that stuff. Listen, just show up and we'll have a good time. That's what we're looking for.
Right.
Again, $5 is going to be if they're charging, we have no, even YSU events doesn't have any say over this apparently. $5 to park. Just plan on that because I don't want anybody to be surprised. We have to pay $5 to park as well. So that's a bummer. And then it'll be $5 to get in. The money that the admission, there are no senior discounts. There are no children discounts. It's all $5 and it all goes to charity. We keep absolutely none of that ticket money. You will be able to purchase a shirt if you'd like. We have some extra shirts and things of that nature that'll be on display, and you can purchase that and take them home with you. There are no hats this year. What else? I'm trying to think. I think that's it, right? Shirts are $10.
Yeah.
So if you want a shirt, it's $10. The participants all get a shirt. No guarantees on size. I'm going to pick up 20 more mediums tonight, but if we run out of mediums, we run out of mediums. Oh, wow. Thanks, Burek. So you're a real sack of subs, Burek. Real sack of subs. I hope you're doing better, pal. I love you. It's the only reason you're getting away with it, and that you're about 9 feet taller than I am, and your son's 12 feet taller than I am. So, Bell Burek, father of Trevor Burek, absolute stud at Louisville. If you remember right, defensive lineman that took one back to the house and was a top play nominee last year. Probably going to happen again this year. First pitch 6 p.m. Jenkins. Yes, that is the goal. We all know how that can go. But yes, we will absolutely shoot for 6 p.m. Let's just have some fun. You know what I mean? Like, I will say this. Girls seemingly have more fun at these games. In the game.
Last year there were lightsabers everywhere, so
I'm really interested to see how things shake out this year. Freddie Moots usually has a good time. There's usually a moment somewhere in there. I've heard rumors about a moment, special moment, perhaps, but we will see what transpires. And then, of course, you'll be announcing with Ty, correct?
Yes.
And I will be out shaking hands and kissing babies, and saying hello to everybody. And thanks for all the support throughout the year and years at YSN. So would love to meet with you, and please forgive me if I'm not able to put names together. It has been a week. It has been a long week. So I apologize if I look at you like you got 3 heads. I apologize. I'm doing my best. There's a lot of people. And I'm trying to make. I'm not Jim Tressel. I can't do that recall as well as he does. He's incredible.
Right.
Mostly because I know most of you people from this, right? Like seeing Facebook images as opposed to actual faces. So very excited for this. And a friend of Z. Love it. We have a Scotty Mincher in the background. Are we ready to bring him on?
Let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we bring in the undisputed 5th captain of Team Ohio. An Ohio game tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, residing in Struthers, Ohio, but rooting for everything Cleveland, our dear friend, the fastest thing on 4 wheels, Scotty Mincher. Scotty!
Thank you, guys.
What's up, pal?
since I politely kind of was passive aggressive the one day about the way you intro me in. You haven't disappointed since then. So yeah, you guys are great. Thank you.
What was
What'd you
that?
just drop?
I I think I just lost all my mints.
Oh,
Casualties.
the miniature mints have gone.
Scotty, what do you think about Lucille here?
Lucille?
Yeah, right here. You want a closer look at her? There she is.
Do you I don't that seems like it would be I love holding like and taking swings of baseball bats. I think I told you on the show before, when I was little, every day in the summer, we would play baseball, and a lot of times it was like wiffle ball too, and I felt like I had a pretty good swing. Someone would run for me, but I could hit the ball.
Let me tell you something, Scotty. This is Lucille. She's been retired from baseball. She was part of. She was my right hand lady when I used to go in those wooden bat leagues when I was a younger man. But now she's got a second life, and that is keeping Daddy protected and making sure that if there's any threats that happen, it only happens once.
Yeah, so you don't have to you don't have to go kamikaze on people.
Nope. She takes pretty good care. Look, we got the tape job still down here from bad action. Yeah, she's ready. She might have a couple dents in her. There's no doubt. Derek Jeter's signature at the end of the bat. So he's ready to go.
The captain, another captain.
Did you bat 187 with that? Says Hemi.
Oh, Hemi.
How old would you say Lucille is?
Oh, Lucille is probably she's 18. So I was 22.
18. Okay.
In those wooden bat leagues. So she's legal, Hemi. You want to come out? You want to give her a touch?
Oh, God.
Come on, big boy. Come on. She's perfectly legal. She'll dance with you.
Oh my God. At least
She'll give you. What did Lucille say to Hemi? Splat!
So you like the wood better than you like the metal.
No. No, I had a TPX Gen 1X. Look it up. It's a green bat. My senior year of high school. That thing, I would have married that bat. That was the best bat I've ever had in my life. Like when I got a graduation gift, it was a bobblehead, and she had like the person made sure that I had the green bat on my bobblehead because I love that bat so much.
So did it? You don't have the bat anymore?
No, I broke it. I broke it in college. Yeah, I was devastated. It was TPX Gen 1X, and it was
TPX
black.
Gen 1.
It was. Here, I'll find it. You guys talk amongst yourselves. Hamburger's throwing some weird stuff into the chat.
Yeah.
I got
real off the rails real quick.
I got a full-on carnival. It's right outside my door. The big Struthers Festival is back, so all the carnies are outside.
All the carnies.
Here we go.
So we're gonna hear in the background.
I feel like that should be the new intro of this show.
I could pretty much order Chick-fil-A like right outside my window.
Yeah, I want a waffle fry, a jumbo size sweet tea, and
you better get it before Sunday.
before Sunday. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
How do I get the?
That's why I laugh hysterically that there's a Chick-fil-A in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium where the Falcons play, because it's like, great, Chick-fil-A, but they play on Sundays, so can't really use it.
Oh no, I put in the wrong one.
Yeah.
Poor planning.
Well,
So,
that Chick-fil-A is from, right? Aren't they from Atlanta?
I think they're based in Atlanta. Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Here we go. Here now we're cooking. Here we go. Here it is, right here. Boom.
Boom. Oh, that's
Look
great,
at that.
man.
Look at that sweet shimmer off of that.
That's
I
the
can't.
big-
I hit
big
so
guy.
many baseballs right there off that between the P and the X and that TPX. Oh,
That's the big old cucumber right there.
That is beautiful.
let's
I just-
steer it away from that, Anthony.
I
You're gonna give
love
Hemi some. We don't need to be talking about cucumbers on this show, all right? We don't need to be doing all that. Let's just keep that one in the old bank, okay?
I have always loved the ping sound of the metal bat.
That was Slimer. We called that Slimer. That bad.
One.
You remember from Ghostbusters?
Okay, yeah. I got to go back and rewatch the original.
All right, we're gonna take some.
Dan Aykroyd.
Oh, he's taking some BP.
Just one time. Hands back. We're ready.
Here goes the camera. Right off the monitor.
Done. Keep the
Out
hands
the
in.
park.
The hands in. Let the barrel through and blow it.
It's a dinger, a grand salami.
Lucille don't miss, man. Lucille don't miss. Hemi, you just wait.
Yeah, you're making me want to play. I got to get another bat. I want to start seeing if I still have a good swing.
Maybe I'll nickname this instead of Lucille. Maybe I'll name her Rose, and it'll be like a Seal song for Hemi, "Kissed by a Rose." Whack. Kissed by a rose on the grave. Whoo!
There you go.
That's right. Seal's in my top 100 on my playlists. All right, Scotty, this has been an absolute shite show since you got on.
Yes, it has.
What are we talking about?
Really, these last 2 weeks were really
Bring us back to earth, Scotty.
quite remarkable. But yeah. So I wanted to ask you guys about
We don't know.
what is happening.
Dead.
What is
Oh,
happening right now?
Anthony's dead. Anthony's dying. He's dead.
He's dead. He's
Gone.
dead, Jim.
I'll see you tomorrow, little buddy.
Oh, you will. I'm gonna have to carry this everywhere I go now. Anyway, Jen Coons wants some action on this show. What do you got for us,
Scotty,
Scotty?
bring it.
So tonight being the softball all-star game, I guess I wanted to start right before we got on. You were talking. I heard you mention Boardman and Fred Moots. And I kind of wanted to talk about them for a little while now. Because I watched you guys interview Fred, and obviously Boardman made great strides this year, and they did a lot of things they hadn't done in over a decade, really. So what do you think about going forward? What does it mean to you that Fred was so unanimously named as the coach of the year. And do you think Boardman, I mean, it was a great season, not ultimately ended exactly how they wanted to, but do you think it's one of those things they're just scratching the surface, especially with players like Addie Rouge, and she was just a freshman? Do you think it's obviously they're going to have to put work in, but do you see Boardman now as a team that's kind of maybe turn that corner and going to be taken as a real threat every single year now?
That's an interesting question. It's an interesting take. I don't think one thing to correct. I don't think any votes were unanimous this year. If am I wrong, Ant? I'm pretty sure everybody was contested.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, it was a very tough postseason award discussion on baseball and softball. I think if I had to pick one that was kind of maybe the most like least contested, I guess maybe if there's an award for that, Fred Mooch was up there. I think we kind of understood when they started to make that tournament run that we were like, and they won the AAC with splitting it with Fitch. I think we were kind of like he was on the radar for a while. Like, you know, Fred Moots is going to be a guy that we are going to be considering for coach of the year. But even that one, there were other coaches that were in the conversation.
Ward.
Steve Ward, obviously, he split the AAC with Boardman. I think what Jessica Urchek did at Maplewood, bringing a very young team and taking them as far as they did. They increased their wins from one year to the next by I think I could be corrected if I'm wrong. I think 11 wins were the improvement from one year to this year, last year to this year for Maplewood. Obviously, the other side of the All-Star game and Coach Marillo and Sandy and what they did to bring Middle Ridge their first conference championship since 2004. They were kind of in the mix, but I think once Boardman kind of took that postseason run they did, we kind of understood the culture that Coach Moots has built in that locker in that dugout, I should say. Kind of won him that vote.
Agreed. Couldn't have said it any better. But to answer your question on that, I think you're starting to see the fruits of labor and a lot of different coaches, a lot of different parents, and in Boardman, and the same way that we saw in Austintown Fitch. What about a decade ago now ish?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and you saw that corner being turned, and to put it in Scotty's terms, and I really think that I mean the AAC continues to be one of the best conferences around, and you look at that, and they're, at least for the last few years, they've always put somebody in state.
Mm-hmm.
I think that it'll continue. I think it'll continue through. I think Austintown, obviously, we know what's coming up for them. Boardman, we've seen what's coming up for them. Canfield, we've seen what's coming up for them. Howland is going to be on the radar as well, if they're not already. Dude, I'll tell you what, it's going to be a great conference, I think, for a long, 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 long time, because softball continues to get better in this area, and it's really fun to watch. Really fun to watch. And Anthony will be on the call. We'll have softball, Little League softball next week on YSN. So you're going to be able to see the future of stars of these teams today. Like, you'll be able to say, I can't wait to see this person, this person, this person. One of the reasons we do that in Little League, obviously, is because it's what we love doing. But number two is we can kind of get a scouting report on, hey, we watch these kids go from here to here. I mean, I was in that All-Star game, and Ryan Knifer, who was this tall when we covered him when he was 11, 12 years old, is now 6'5", and Colin Recitar, 6'7", and we followed him all the way down to states as an 11U. So, dude, I think being able to watch these kids grow up is awesome. But if you're looking for Boardman to take the foot off the pedal anytime soon, I don't think you can expect that.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I think what they did this year, I mean, from everything I heard, going back to early in the season and reading up on seeing interviews with the younger players and Addy and everybody, like I knew they were building something there. I mean, I don't necessarily think I knew that they would take it as far as they did, but it's Anthony. We discuss it a lot, and it's just good to see. It we've talked about it for it seems like years now, but it seems like every year, at least from what I see, that the parity, kind of increases, and it's a really fun thing to watch, and I think even like talking Class B baseball and seeing like the dominance of like the Astro Falcons, and you still have your the programs that every year they're gonna be a force. You mentioned out when Austin Down Fitch first built it up, but it does seem like there is more parity now every single year, and you just want to get in that dance, and then anything could happen.
All right, next topic, Scotty. Let's go.
I wanted to also talk to you about the Scrappers as well. So far this season, they had several cancellations early on. They started the season with a bang. It was a really resounding win for them. It's been kind of up and down of late for the Scrappers, but what do you guys over the years? And I worked for the Scrappers back in the summer of 2010, but do you think like the uncertainties of the draft league and this with the roster year to year, and Quentin McCracken being in year 2 now, obviously last year the experience, it helps, but do you guys sometimes enjoy the Scrappers and the draft league more than even something like Major League Baseball, especially if your team struggles because of the more variables and uncertainty with the draft league and the turnover of the roster? Does it make it a little more engaging at times, even though it's lower level baseball?
Yeah, I love it. I love the Scrappers in general. I've been a fan since '99, since they came out. I remember getting Scrappers gear under the Christmas tree, which was probably the most memorable gifts I've ever received. I love the Scrappers regardless. I was a huge advocate for saving the Scrappers when, they were kind of on the chopping block there when minor league baseball did all the cuts. Obviously it's a passion for us here at YSN. It was a very important contract for me and for this company to go and get. It was very personal for me, which I think is what actually won us the contract, because we're going to take care of the Scrappers as much as we possibly can, and Ty Bartel has done an excellent job with that. So do I like watching it more than pro baseball? I don't know that I can rank that. I think that I like watching them equally. I think it's our job to get people excited about the Scrappers the same way it is ESPN's job or Fox Sports job to get people excited about, what's happening in the major leagues. Are we where we should be? Probably not. I don't think I'll ever say that we do a perfect job of covering the scrappers. But it is challenging, certainly with limited information sometimes. And especially that first year was tough. And I think everybody will tell you that because the roster just was turning over so much. But I think that, a couple local polls would be advantageous, but the scrappers also want to win the league too. So you can't just, bring out random local celebrities to play, like the banana ball. Like they can't do that. They're trying to be a business and obviously they're filling up that stadium every night. And I know that Heather Solly's doing a wonderful job. Jordan out there as well, doing a fantastic job of giving us baseball here in this area that deserves it and that quite frankly needs it. So that's what I would say about the scrappers.
Yeah, and one of the things that I think the scrappers still do really great, even though they're not like a AAA, AA team affiliated minor league baseball team anymore, they still have that kind of atmosphere. They still bring what makes that kind of baseball special for the fan experience. The special jerseys, the fan nights that kind of make minor league baseball fun. And it's one of the things that makes it really cool to have the scrappers still in Mahoning Valley here in Eastwood Field and Niles. DJ said there was a time when we were kind of up in the air whether or not the scrappers were still going to be a thing or not. That was a very scary time because I think people kind of understood. Maybe they took scrappers for granted a little bit, and they kind of re-engaged their love for the scrappers when it was up in the air whether or not they would still be here. And I think that's why we're seeing a kind of a resurgence in love for the scrappers in the Valley because there was a moment when we thought we're going to lose the scrappers. They're going to be on the cutting block, and they got saved. And they're in this new draft league, which I think is really cool. I really do. I think the opportunities that it gives guys to come and give themselves exposure to get into the MLB and chase their dreams opens anytime you're opening up more doors for more players. I think it's a fun thing. So I'm all for it. I'm all for it for all those reasons.
Kind of another fun question I had for you guys. What's a minor league park like? Obviously, Eastwood Field. I was there last year, and I think it still is a great park to go to, a great minor league stadium. But which your guys' favorite other than Eastwood that you have been to? I really liked a park I went to in Myrtle Beach.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was great when I went.
The Pelicans.
There. I was just wondering if you guys had one that really stands out.
I've been to a fair amount of minor league parks. I've actually probably been to more minor league games than major league games at this point in my life. My mom's side grew up in New York, like upstate New York. So Syracuse, they had the Sky Chiefs at the time. I think they changed it. I think they're just the Chiefs now. Maybe they kept the Sky. I don't know what the political climate is up there. But they were the Syracuse Sky Chiefs. There's the Utica Blue Sox, the Myrtle Beach Pelicans, the Mahoning Valley Scrappers, obviously, the Batavia Muck Dogs. Trying to think what else, other ones. The Jamestown Jammers.
Well, Canal Park is still the Rubber Ducks. You've been there.
Yeah, I've been to Canal Park as well. Yeah, like that's a beautiful stadium. Like that's a borderline pro stadium for the Rubber Ducks. Trying to think, there's a few over in New York, and the Penn League, New York Penn League is what it used to be, and that was a fun league to kind of go up and down for them because you could always go catch the scrappers on the road whenever that started. So I love minor league parks. I think they're fantastic. There's a bunch of them down in Florida as well, which was cool. They got the Jackie Robinson complex, which we visited this past, I want to say it was just the first of the year. So yeah, it was very cool. I love minor league parks. I think minor league parks have a little bit more local flair to them than necessarily major league parks do, because there's only 30 major league parks now in the country, 29 if you discount Tampa Bay. So yeah, it's really, really interesting. I love minor league parks. I think they're really. I love, you know what I really love? Minor league mascots and gear. Like those are the sweet things. The Pelicans, the Scrappers, the Muck Dogs. Like, come on, that would never fly in like regular. But the Utica Blue Sox, I love it.
I read you guys. You can speak to the. I don't know how much you know about it. You probably know more than me, but I read something like it was like last year or something, and they said how Mr. Met, they needed someone to be Mr. Met for the New York Mets, and in the article it said how they can make his, I think it was like Caitlin Clark's like rookie salary, like not taking in endorsements and all the other stuff, just the rookie, the base NBA salary. They said like someone could possibly make as much as like Caitlin Clark. Is that true? Or do mascots?
No idea what.
I didn't see that article.
Okay.
Meet the Mets. Meet
Mr.
the
Met.
Step
I know Mr.
right
Met's
up.
one of the most like probably recognizable.
False.
Outside of the Fanatic. I said one of, not the.
Chief
But like
Wahoo.
when you're talking about, well, he's not a on-field mascot. They used a pink. Who's the Slider? So they didn't even when they had Wahoo, they didn't have an on-field mascot that was.
But that's the thing though too. Like I've heard.
Like I think Philly Fanatic is probably like the most recognizable one. Like everyone knows who that is. But I think
Philly Fanatic sucks.
I think
who's that? Who's the one for the Flyers? He's more known.
Oh yeah, the big orange just glob monster.
Googly Moogly or whatever his name is.
The great Googly Moogly.
What is his name?
I remember I used a meme of his a lot because he held up a sign that said that tweet is trash, and I used to post that a lot.
What is that guy's name?
Yeah, I can't. There was another mascot.
Back to minor league fields because I haven't been to a lot of them, but I did. I was able to go to Washington, PA, and the Wild Things. I don't know if they're there necessarily. That's a real fun stadium to be in. Real fun stadium to be in down in Washington.
Home of the Pac Championships, by the way.
Yeah.
Wild
Things. Washington Wild Things.
What's the logo?
It was almost like a bandit, like a little raccoon bandit kind of thing, if I remember right. It was some kind of animal. I think it was maybe like a raccoonish wildcat type thing with like shades on. I'm trying to. I had the logo in my head, but not clear enough to remember.
Gritty,
exactly
by the way. Gritty is the answer.
Gritty
for
the Flyers.
That guy sucks.
And then
give me the Pirate Parrot all day. Give me Scrappy. Scrappy.
I want to go to Omaha for the Storm Chasers. That'd be a real fun place for me to be able to go one day. So that's on my bucket list to get to a Storm Chasers game, which I think is the Royals AAA affiliate. So it's on my bucket list.
Yeah, you mentioned DJ earlier how you kind of enjoy the minor league parks more than the major league parks, and I was thinking, and I think that's one of the reasons why like PNC is one of the best. It kind of has that like cozy, like it almost has like a minor league feel to it, but there's just something a little different.
Minor league team playing in it. That's why.
Well, who knows? Maybe they'll sign Skeens to
It's a pipe dream.
That's gonna do it for our show today. No,
That's
here it
it.
is. Here, we got to put a bow on this. No, we're gonna. No,
All right,
we're not.
JP.
Yeah.
It
Let's
could
put a
happen.
bow on this show. We also want to thank our everyday sponsors of this show, Toyota of Warren. Thanks to Tino, Jim Wilson, Chuck, the great people out there that are slinging unbelievably reliable and affordable cars at Toyota of Warren, and also our great friends at Greenwood Chevrolet, who we hope to see next week at the Austintown Fireworks Celebration next Friday. We won't have a show, but I will be there with bells on, excited to hang out with my buddy Jim Davis and a couple other friends and meet and greet all of you great folks out there at the Fireworks Celebration. There's going to be Steelers out there. There's going to be Browns out there. We'll be out there. I know the ESPN radio affiliate will be out there as well. I'm excited to just be to hang out and to just hang out. Let's just put it that way. And tell stories, share stories, and all that good stuff. So thank you to our friends at Greenwood Chevrolet. Every day, going the extra mile for you. As Anthony says, that's what we like to do here on this show, YSN Live, on our podcast, and, of course, Toyota of Warren as well. There's another sponsor we like to pay homage to nearly every single day. Sometimes we forget about it, like we did on Monday. Yes, Monday. It is the Joe Dickey Electric What's Your Spark, presented by Joe Dickey Electric. They are everything electrical, and you can find them on the web 24/7, 365 at DickeyElectric.com. Go ahead, Scotty. Lead us off.
So I don't really have a great one today. I guess it's short and sweet, but I recently, because I hadn't had sunflowers seeds in quite a while, and recently today I had the dill pickle flavored. And I gotta say they hit right. I gotta try. Like, I've had the ranch, I've had a couple different ones, but the dill pickle ones really hit the spot this morning. So yeah, I guess I'm going with sunflower seeds. And that's
Good look, Scotty. Ant?
I want to take the time to thank some of the baseball players and softball players that kind of made the YSN All-Star Game a little bit of a priority. You know, traveling from a long trip after a travel tournament, traveling from a softball camp, whatever it may be. We don't expect that. We're not sitting here saying, like, man, if you don't do that, you're not going to be welcome back at our All-Star Game. But it's really cool when people kind of put that kind of value on what we're trying to do and the experience that we're trying to put together for these players. So to the softball players that are going to do it tonight, and to the baseball players that did it on Sunday, that kind of made this game a little bit of a extra priority to make sure they were there. I want to take a special thank you to those players to kind of understand the value of what we're trying to do with these All-Star games.
And I want to take this opportunity to apologize to anybody yesterday who was offended by some of the comments that I put forth. Certainly not. That was not the goal. A little heated yesterday. Little bit of a teapot moment for yours truly. So if you were offended in that scenario, not the guy that we were pointed towards. Like, I don't care about that. Like, FAFO. But if there's someone who was offended by the comments and it was a little bit out of character, you're right, and we do apologize for that. Probably should not be this is not the platform for that necessarily. But I still do believe, and I will stand on this, that the people that we select are all-stars, and they always will be, and they'll have that forever, and nobody should be able to take that away from you. So leave that as it be, and be it what it may, be it as it may. There it is. That is your Joe Dickey Electric. What's Your Spark, presented by Joe Dickey Electric. They are everything electrical, and they are on the web for you every day, all day, 24/7, 365. This has been a presentation of your sports network, Yoakley Scott Corporation, LLC. This has been YSN Live. And we will see, all three of us will see you tonight at the All-Star Game. Looking forward to it, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you. First pitch set for 6 p.m. right here on the network. If you can't get there, you can tune in always on ysnlive.com. For Scotty and Anthony, my name is DJ, and may the sports be with you, Ant.
And you, my friend.
YSN thanks you for watching this presentation of your sports network. For stories, stats, and more, go to ysnlive.com.